This is yet another episode of On VJ's playlist, and I have the very talented and charming Arifa with us, who has just released her debut single, Now She Knows. So, firstly, Arifa, welcome to On VJ's playlist. How are you
Thank
doing?
you. I am doing really well. Stressed, but that's nothing new. I feel like it's been fun. Yeah, I'm great.
I don't think stress should be the word. You should be ecstatic that, yay, my debut single is out there. So, it's like
It's
the
out.
first
Yeah,
baby.
that's the first baby. Oh my God, people have been calling it my baby, and I didn't sleep the night before the release at all. Because I was just like, yeah, and so then I overslept the 29th, like in till about 12 o'clock, and on a group, my friends were like, how's the Rifa doing? How's the mama doing? And then someone's like, she's still sleeping. It's like, oh my God, this is
Well,
exactly like that.
the mama does deserve some rest after, putting in so much of work and getting her baby out. Of course, she deserves some rest, doesn't she?
Yep, yep.
Well, I mean, before we drift any further, Arifa, coming to Now She Knows. It's been 7 long years in the process of finally releasing your debut single, but when I first just heard the title track, I had not even started listening to the song. But when I first just read the title of the track, Now She Knows, without even going into what the song is about, what the songwriting entails, I was sure that the song is about a woman who now knows her worth, who now knows her place underneath the sun, and who is now so much more confident to just set her wings soaring and just scale newer heights. And when I was reading the press note that the team, of course, shared, and it is about how you finally came into being your own person, how you finally realized your sense of confidence, and you were truly in your own skin. You were truly comfortable with, like, yes, now I think I can make that breakthrough.
Yeah.
And for those who do not know, a lot of it has actually come from you collaborating with seasoned and more experienced musicians around you, including not many people would know this, but you have had the opportunity of collaborating with the A.R. Rahman for Nexa Music. So before we come to Now
Yeah.
She Knows, let me quickly ask you, for many out there for whom the ultimate dream, or should I say the ultimate validation, is to work with the maestro himself, the man who has gone and won our country an Oscar. What was that experience like?
It was I it was unlike anything I had ever been a part of. Just his presence is enough to make everyone go like it's electrifying but also humbling at the same
Yes.
time, because he's so he's a human, but then because of his work he's like he's it was crazy. I enjoyed myself a lot. Hey Good Evening uh was was the best project. It was the best song to work with them on, and it's really it's I don't know how to say this. It's really good to see the people that you look up to and see that they're just human beings at the end of the day, and they make jokes and they try to crack jokes and then they don't really land, and then everyone laughs and it's like, ah, he's Air Rahman and I'm laughing at a joke. And it was absolutely, it was really fun. It was fun. I met a lot of people also while working on that song, Hey Good Evening. uh, a lot of really talented people that were part of the same competition, and some of
Yeah.
them won. And it was, that entire experience was amazing. It was yeah, just privileged, and just, yeah, it was great. I was just happy to be a part of it.
But any valuable inputs, or a valuable life lesson that you have learned while working with the maestro himself, that you think that you're going to imbibe and inculcate in your own process?
Um, so I feel like the process of the release of making the song was was interesting because I hadn't thought of hearing my song that way. And the funny thing is, like, Now She Knows, Hey Good Evening, and there are a few other songs are older songs. I've written them from around 2015, 20, like in that headspace that I was in. And I used to listen to a lot of pop and a lot of Sarah Bareilles and Jason Mraz and Colby Calais. And so those influences were there. But then when I wrote the song, and then as I grew and like expanded my library of like musicians that I'm listening to, I kind of figured out what I wanted to do. But then I realized that they really caught the essence of what the song was when it was made. And that's really important because sometimes influences change and that can change the song for the better or for the worse. Like, it's either way. But I think it was really cool to have that represented that time, that like that bracket, that period in my life of like Sarah Bell is not gonna write you love song, like really poppy and like and stuff like that. I wouldn't have done it the same way, but at the end of the day, I was like really, really happy with the end product. Like, Hey Good Evening is, I could have never done that. It's amazing. So yeah, that's one thing that I've taken away from, just to remember uh where the song comes from. Just like really be in touch with your influences. Not that you have to copy them. It's just that the song was created for like a particular reason, and to remember that reason, that's the one thing. Yeah. Yep.
Coming to Now She Knows, Arifa, of course, it comes from when I think it was one of your first recorded demos back in 2016.
Yeah.
To finally see that, that phase, that butterfly phase, coming from a caterpillar to now being a butterfly on its own, that whole process. Uh, what, uh, firstly, I'm sure it would have been very testing on your patience, and it would have been very testing to have seen that, okay, I want to put this out. I know it's a good song. I know there is a certain sense of belief in this, but also there was so much of self-doubt also. So how did,
Yeah.
firstly, you, not as a musician, but as an individual, how did you reach that stage where you realized that, no, let me take my chance, let me test this out? Where did that sense of conviction come from?
Uh, so it kind of I'm just clarifying to what the question is. Like, where did Now She Knows, like, where did I find the confidence in myself to finally release Now She
Yeah,
Knows?
yeah,
Is
yeah.
right. So I've been wanting to release for a long time now, and I've had a lot of friends that have been like, yeah, come use my studio and like we do this and I'll do it for free and everything, and that's great. It was super helpful to have to be around these people because like their help mattered. But that I was still extremely underconfident uh, in a studio. And because I think there's this one thing that I do a lot is I ask like, what do you think of it? How can I get better? Like, is this fine? Like, I've just been asking everyone like, what do you think of it? Is it good? Like, okay, cool. How can I improve it? Oh, that's those are your thoughts. Cool. Let me see if that kind of aligns with mine or what. Before, I used to not have an open mind, and I'd be like, oh my god, he said this, that means I'm doomed, and it would be like black and
Oh,
white. But now I feel like I've come to a it's just realizing what's important, right?
hmm.
I could have released the song like 5 years ago, but I I didn't know why I was releasing it. And during the pandemic, there was no external stimuli for me to
Yeah,
be like, what do you think? And playing the song. And I think I'm doing this because when you're pre-pandemic, I would share a lot of stuff and 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 also I was working with a lot of musicians while not knowing what I wanted. And that also is like too many cooks
yeah.
spoil the broth. And so during the pandemic, I kind of just I had never had a laptop before. I kind of got my first laptop in 2019, got a Zoom mic and just tried to figure it out. And I was like, I'm just gonna see what I can create just with myself. And once I'm happy with that end product, then I will incorporate other people. And then once I had a vision for what my song, what in like a very, it wasn't like I'm not a producer. Once I got that little nugget, I was able to be like, okay, no, I want it to sound like this. I want it to feel like this. And so what can you do that can help show my vision? And I just needed to be clear about that. That's the only thing. It just took a lot of introspection and reflection and all of those other words. So
Uh,
yeah,
in,
so
uh,
that's
it, so, like you rightly said, Arifa, introspection. Of course, you were also battling with your own inner demons. And when I say inner demons, I'm also referring to the self doubt, the fact that you were reliant on too many external inputs. But did it also have to do with the fact that, like you rightly, mentioned that you do not have a laptop, you do not have certain infrastructure on you till 2019? Is it also because you were working hard to sustain and get yourself that kind of equipment and that kind of training, which actually genuinely requires a lot of monetary inputs also? But do you think you are also, because you were also working on yourself, you were a work in progress as a musician, so that also somewhere, that's what led to the delay for so long?
that is definitely yeah, that for sure. Like I think it's not that I never had a laptop.
Yeah,
So sorry. It's not that I never had access to a laptop. I had
yeah,
access to like friends' laptops and stuff, but you like you can't really use it the same way when you're going over to their place and then borrowing it for some time. Then you have to give it back, and then when you have moments of like, oh, I need to put this down, this is going to work, and you don't have
yeah.
that access, right? That ready access, that wasn't there. And I think that kind of, now I'm realizing that it's so much easier to just like put stuff down. And I'm also
Hmm.
understanding more as I've now released one song. I'm understanding how my work process and how my flow goes, and what kind of works for me, what doesn't work for me, how I
Hmm.
can maneuver through that. And so I mean, it's like I got out of college having no job experience, so there was no discipline in the sense where, okay, 9 to 5 you have to work. And so there were all of these factors, right? Growing
Yeah.
myself, learning how to be a functioning musician uh in this industry, and also trying to grow my own artistic skill set and technique. Like there was a lot, the laptop was just one. It's just like I could have done it otherwise, but I was just, I don't know, trying to juggle too many things. Yeah, yeah.
But like I said, Arifa, since you were also navigating your your path through making music and also discovering yourself as an artist, I think it is incredible that besides collaborating with the likes of A.R. Rahman and Clinton Sirijo on Nexum Music, you also toured along a lot of, alongside a lot of independent acts, including your collaboration with Sand Dunes and with Pratik Kuhad, Madame Gandhi, and Parik Singh on their tours. So, what were the different experiences you gathered while collaborating with these different acts?
um with Sanaya was really cool because I think we got she got in touch with me way like 2015, 2016.
Hmm.
And I had no idea of how to use a DAW, how to use a sample pad, how to what anything. I just knew how to play a guitar and sing and write some songs, and I hadn't even started properly writing. So at that point, and so with Sanaya, I kind of learned that there's like, you could record sounds and then use them in such unique and inspiring ways. And that was really cool because the whole Sand Dunes project was where it was a sound project. And so we went to the Dhobi Ghat, we went and recorded sounds from a Dhol, a Ganpati, Visarjan, the group, those
Hmm, yeah.
Dhol groups. And there was one more place. Oh, and a industrial complex that a steel industrial complex thing,
Yeah.
factory. I can't remember exactly what it was. It just dropped chains and stuff down and recorded it, and it sounded really cool. And then taking those sounds back and arranging it was really inspiring. With Pratik Kuhad, his performance skill is so tight. Him and also Peter Cat are like two of the artists, indie artists that I look up to in terms of like how their set evolves over like
Yeah.
from the start to the end, like a whole process and a journey, and I really really admire that about their music and their performances. With Parekh and Singh, I was playing as a drummer with an act called Non-Tuba. I was a part of an act called Non-Tuba, and they're crazy talented. And again, I was complete newbie to the indie scene, and I was just in awe. I don't think I was able to comprehend anything from that gig. I was just like, whoa, this is crazy. What am I doing in life? But yeah, I think the main takeaway from working alongside all of these acts in some respect has been they have this work ethic down, and that's super important. And I've been trying to do that for myself also. So yeah, that's super important for me.
Tell us about the time that you were a part of an artist residency for Yo Mama's act in India. How was that experience? I mean, you were one of those few artists who were a part of, the entourage. So that must have been a very humbling experience. Would you like to tell us more
That
about it?
was extremely nerve-wracking because
Look
Yo-Yoma
at your look at
is
your eyes light up while you say that.
I'm just so I there are multiple reasons why that was a huge deal for me. Um, First of all, it's Yo-Yo Ma, and I was introduced to him by a boyfriend that had passed away. Around the same time he passed away, Yo-Yo Ma came to India, and I was like,
Gosh.
this is this is a sign from some place. I need to do this. Like, doesn't matter. I'm there. And that's why when G5A called me and they said Yo-Yo Ma, I was like, wait, the Yo-Yo Ma, like
Yeah,
Grammy,
way.
how do I Yo-Yo Ma? Okay, I don't care about anything else. Like, even if you want me to serve chai to him, I will do it. I will do it. So
Oh
that was
God.
extremely humbling, and we had to it was Aleph and a
Yeah.
Carnatic, sorry, a Hindustani vocalist, sitar player, Aditi, DMC, and a theater vocalist whose
Yeah.
name I'm forgetting. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I can
That's
picture your
okay.
face because he would play the mouth percussion thing, like
Yeah. The mouth organ. Yeah.
do that. Yeah, he would do that, and it's fine. I will
It's
message him.
okay. That's okay. That's
But
okay.
basically what we had to do was we were mentored by Reese and his mom, and we needed to be inspired by the cello suites that Yo-Yo Ma was touring with. So we listened to it and made some music. And again, I can't stress enough that my technique for everything is really bad. Like, I had no work ethic, so I would barely practice. And this was 3 days of singing repeatedly, like, and trying to really push because everyone else, Aditi and Munim, their vocals, their strength is like on a whole other level. They have really good stamina and projection skills. And so I was trying to like keep up, but I couldn't. And then I lost my voice on the third day, but I still sung it, and Yo-Yo Ma came up to me and was like, that was really vulnerable and like really touching. And I started crying. It's like,
Oh.
but yeah, it was, it's a blur. Like, it just, I can't believe it happened. I can't believe we were in the same room. I can't believe we did like a Sawal Jawab at one point. I was playing the drums and you cello, and I was like, this is not happening right now. It was great. It was crazy. And it was a good bunch of people to work with too. Like all of them are absolute amazing human beings. So I lucked out. I've been lucking out since I started doing music. So yeah. So yeah.
Let's also talk about the few instances where your music has also been featured in very in some amazing documentaries, whether it's National Geographic's Chasing the Sun moment, or whether it's TLC's The Poetist. You've also performed drums. I'm not sure how many people are aware of you being a drummer too, besides being an amazing vocalist. You've lent drums for the Levi's and Deepika Padukone advertisement, and you are also doing a lot of the solo projects for yourself on your YouTube channel. You're using some of your SoundCloud demos, and clearly you have a lot going on, Arifa. So, how do you look at all these opportunities rolling by in your favor?
Uh, I just take it as it comes because with every opportunity, there's just another opportunity within it. Like they just at the very start of my career was like, just say yes to every opportunity that comes your way. I mean, don't say yes to every opportunity. You have to have some sense of self-worth,
Yeah,
but that in the beginning, saying yes is really helpful because it teaches you to be humble, and it teaches you like, okay, I'm not worth this drama. I'm not gonna get involved in, or
yeah.
it just teaches you lessons for next time, how to deal with stuff better. And so I it doing all of this is it just, I don't know. I really have no answer to that. I just don't, as long as I'm around, I would love to keep doing everything I can because I'm a very distracted person. I don't know. It's just, yeah.
But do you think that now she knows it's out there, for the world to listen, and it's just been a day now since it's released, but um, any overwhelming piece of feedback that you have received that's kind of really got you believing that yes, I have done it, yes, I've done something right.
Yes. Yeah. Someone said that I am like Alanis Morissette for Gen Z.
Woo!
And I
Wow,
was like,
it can't get better than that.
it can't get better. Oh my god, I love Alanis Morissette too, and so that's
Oh
great.
yeah,
That was the hype. Like I so now she knows it's not like, I wouldn't say that it's like Alanis Morissette, but there's more stuff that I'm working on that might sound like that. And so it's good that people are catching on it early so that it's not super distracting and it
yeah.
doesn't seem like it's different. It's if a thread of it is also there right now, that's amazing. Doesn't have to be full on Alanis Morissette because I want to try and do a few things and then settle down. But yeah, but I was just like, this is, thank you.
But I'd,
Yay.
I'd like to I'd like to take this opportunity of telling you that I'd like to go back to what I said at the start of the interview, Arifa, that when I first heard Now She Knows, it felt like as if, of course, it came from a very personal space, but it also felt like you're speaking about for a lot of us women who at different stages of life are still dealing with self-doubt, on so many counts. We know that we have reached somewhere. We know that something wonderful is happening to us. We know that we are in the middle of, a lot of accomplishments and achievements and a lot of applause around us, but still there's always that inner critic at the back of our head that'll just never shut up. That is
Yeah.
always, I don't know, blame it on our conditioning or blame it on the way it has been imposed upon us or how we have kind of conditioned it within ourselves. But that's what I, as a person, I as another listener, that's exactly what I
Yeah.
felt when I first heard Now She Knows. And I think not just for me, you speak for many of us. And I cannot be thankful enough for how much you gave, how much of strength have you just shared through that one little song of yours. And all I can say is, Arifa, the world is your stage, it's your oyster now, and we are only waiting for more such wonderful music coming our way from your end. Congratulations in advance for all the love that Now She Knows will get and will
Yay.
be receiving. Many congratulations again there. All the very best, and I hope to talk to you again very soon.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for doing this with me.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.